June Lockhart doing the laundry on Lost in Space.
Yeah.
But it comes out folded in a plastic bag already. I mean, come on. How can you not love that?
Oh, yeah, and Tim, that's true. I've never noticed that she puts in white stuff and takes them out as black.
Yep.
I never noticed
folded black, and they wear black. I'm like, where did all this white stuff come from? I've never seen any white in Lost in Space. That's all this white laundry.
That's what happens when you don't use detergent.
Yeah. Well, that's what amazed me. Like, I just shut the lid and beep.
What I like about that clip is she looks so depressed, like, oh my God, I got to do the laundry. And she goes out, she fluffs it out, and she puts it in the thing, and she's there about 8 seconds and takes it out. And I'm like, really, that's your hardship of the day? Really?
And all wrapped in cellophane and everything.
You would think the hardship of his day is anytime Dr. Smith shows up.
Exactly. You know? I was like,
not laundry.
wow, really?
But I just found that so funny when Tim puts, and they all come out black. And we're like, he's right, it does. Never thought of that.
Danger.
Yeah. You have just scorched your laundry.
Yeah, that's an idea, Doc. You know, when the next
I like that it looks like a washing machine. I mean, it looks like just like
a
washing machine that they would have had in 1960.
Yeah, with a little bit of lights on it.
No, with next video we can do a video of Lost in Space video of all of Dr. Smith's screams. Ah!
Oh, they're already out there.
Yeah, we need the Turkish Lost in Space.
Oh yeah, the Turkish Lost in Space.
Absolutely.
Oh, how could that be any worse? but like I just started watching Lost in Space for dinner. So like that washing machine was in like the 4th episode.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my gosh, there's the washing machine. So I had to get that and isolate it and put it up. But anyway, coming up soon, there's the potato chip maker.
Oh, okay.
Remember that?
You got to have that in space.
Yeah, you got to have potato chips in space. So that's coming up. And there's also the dishwasher. Do you remember the dishwasher? I think it's the same machine as the washing machine, but open the lid, you put your dishes in, click, boop, 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 click, and it pops out like a cash register. And then Maureen takes out the dishes. Oh, hi. Nice. Yeah, I can see myself. But I guess there's at least 2 more household appliances yet to show. So I'll be on the lookout for them.
There's an episode, it's either in the season 2 or season 3. I think it's season 3, but remember I think she was, I can't remember if she was silver or green, but the lady that was fascinated with Dr. Smith, she shows up outside the ship and is singing to him, and the robot comes in and says something about he doesn't believe her, and is she singing classical or pop or something like that? And I don't want to watch the whole damn thing again, but I want to find that line because I want to use it in a podcast because it would be perfect to start ELO's Rock Aria with. But I don't want to. I looked for it on YouTube and I can't find a clip on YouTube.
I don't think she actually.
But it was whatever the robot said. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, wow, what a great.
She's singing again.
I don't remember.
Rock or pop.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember. He said something about classical because I was like, that's exactly what Rock Aria is about. I'm like, what a perfect way to intro that song. But
I'll dig that in. I'll dig
what
that
episode it is.
It must be by the. No, it wouldn't. I'll dig that up. I'll find it. I'm fine. Although I'm only on episode 4.
I usually take it off of a DVD if I know what episode, but I don't want to sit there and watch them all again.
I'll work on it. But I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not sure which episode. But I mean, like, there's only 2 episodes where the Green Lady's in, so it's one or the other.
Mhm.
So I'll have to look for it. But in the meantime, I'm looking for appliances.
And I'm sorry, but the very last episode that got aired of Lost in Space, I think is one of the worst television episodes of all time by any show. It's worse than it makes Spock's brain look intelligent.
Ooh.
It's the one where they're on the plant planet and they're dealing with the giant carrot guy.
Yeah, the carrot. Yeah, I saw that one. I remember that one.
Oh, come on.
Smith becomes a plant and he's got long hair.
No.
Oh.
Mhm.
I'm a celery. I'm a lovely.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I remember it.
Ooh, I think I hear them screaming. Whatever.
Horrible.
I think the plants have feelings. Whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, of course, you probably heard. They were laughing so hard doing this episode.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Irwin Allen just like, shame on you people. We're trying to make a show here. We can't. We're writing you out of the next couple episodes as penance or whatever. Bad, So suddenly, you don't see Don or Maureen in the next couple episodes because they were laughing so much. So bad.
It got to be a really stupid show. I was having an argument with somebody that was trying to justify Lost in Space, and I can't remember who it was. It may have been Paul Fit to be Tie-Dyed. I can't remember. It's just being imaginative. And I'm like, it's not imaginative. It's stupid.
Well, it was more imaginative than Star Trek. Every time I turned on Star Trek, it was like the bridge and be in his chair, and they'd be looking at a screen, hailing frequencies, not getting any answer, Captain. Well, I'll just sit here in this chair for the next hour until we do.
That's it, yeah.
Wow, how exciting! Ooh.
The problem with Lost in Space is the first season was decent. They were stranded on a planet. They have to survive. Good enough. But now they go to other planets, and there's always people on them. And even when they stay on one planet, which I think the whole 3rd season they were stuck on one planet again, and it became like Gilligan's Island. Suddenly, this planet is the busiest place in the universe. There's different people coming to visit them on every episode.
And they never get rescued.
Planet. It's just like Gilligan's Island. You're on an island that nobody knows you're at, but you're getting visitors every single week.
Yeah. Some
And
different
yet
guest
you
star.
can't get off the island.
And they would have done more of that if they'd gone another season.
Oh yeah, it became Gilligan's Island in space.
Yeah.
I agree. But a lot of those shows, they didn't know that was necessarily their last season.
Nope, that's right.
Yeah,
Actually, for me,
Go
ahead.
No, go ahead, Jeff.
Well, I was going to say Lost in Space wasn't my favorite Irwin Allen show. My favorite Irwin Allen show was called Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
I couldn't watch that.
Oh, I love that show. Because I noticed that the Lost in Space monster suits showed up on Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, like spray painted green or spray painted blue. And wasn't that monster on the same?
Well, that was Irwin Allen and his cost cutting.
Oh,
whatever robot showed on this show, whatever monster showed up on this show, he'd use it on the next show, but just paint it so that you're not supposed to know the difference.
Right.
60s television was about cost cutting.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't just that was 60s television in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why Irwin Allen says, "What? This script calls for landmines? We can't afford landmines. We'll use beach balls. No one will ever know."
I mean, watch the 3rd season of Batman. There's not even sets half the time. It's just a black stage with a couple of props.
Yeah, well, Lost in Space is the same thing, though, too. There's a lot of Lost in Space episode where it's just in a dark sound stage, I guess.
Exactly. I mean, you can't afford to build them a set.
No. That costs money,
Mm-hmm.
Irwin Allen didn't have money, and I guess the Batman producers didn't have any money either. So they blew their budget on the first season and said, okay. But
Danger, we have no money. Will
exactly. And like I think Lost in Space would have gone for a 4th season, but CBS wanted Irwin to cut the budget again.
Mm-hmm.
And Irwin says, nah, I'm not cutting the budget. And CBS says, yes. You know, so there was no work. They didn't get
You know that Lost in Space was up against Batman, which is one of the reasons it never did that well.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch Batman and then catch the second half of Lost in Space. Like,
I used to flip because my dad had one of the TVs that go so I could see both shows.
well, I didn't proof, but it depended who the villain was of the week. Like if it was like the minstrel
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, like there's a lame villain. You know, Lost in Space in my head.
But what I would do, I had a portable TV and I'd put it over here. I had the big TV and put it right here, and I could watch both shows.
Oh, that was back before you had the little inset in the corner. You know?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
one of the problems with Batman was it got so popular so quick that all of these celebrities wanted to be on it. So they had to keep coming up with villains. They couldn't stick with just the few that they actually wanted to use at the beginning over and over again. They had to keep making new ones. And you know,
I mean, they would have Batman and Robin climbing up a building, and then celebrity would stick their head out the window.
Yeah.
You know.
That was one way they got away with it. You know, like, oh yeah, you want to be on Batman? Well, we're sticking a window. How's that? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like, oh look, it's Jerry Lewis. Like he'd be a
they turned down some major people. Frank Sinatra wanted to be a villain on Batman and got turned down.
The Joker. I can't imagine Frank Sinatra as the Joker.
No, he would have been somebody, you know, one of these gangster type villains, probably.
The singer.
Yeah, even Liberace was.
Liberace was.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
That was good though. I enjoyed that Liberace thing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a fun episode. You know, having the 2 Liberaces.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I was going to say like when you had like Frank Gorshin as the Riddler.
Yeah, he was a good Riddler.
No.
You didn't like Frank Gorshin?
Not as the Riddler.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Really? I like the Riddler.
Mm-hmm.
Not. Oh, did I say that wrong? I meant John Astin.
You're thinking of John Astin. No.
Okay.
Oh, no, okay, I said that wrong. No. Frank Gorshin was definitely the Riddler.
Gorshin couldn't do it, and they'd already given. They were going to create a different character, just turn it into somebody like the Puzzler, but they've already done the Puzzler too, so they couldn't do that. So they just made him the Riddler. They didn't want to make Astin the Riddler, but they didn't really. They had a script. They were ready to go. Gorshin couldn't do it, so they had to do something. So they made him the Riddler.
I'm sorry, it sucked.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they're very hard to fill Frank Gorshin's shoes. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah.
But I will say I did like Eartha Kitt as Catwoman. I didn't mind that.
She was pretty good.
I didn't mind it either.
No.
She was okay. Lee Merriweather was the worst Catwoman.
Yes, but I think she had a lousy script though too.
Well, she was in the movie. She was only in the movie.
Yeah.
She just didn't pull it off.
No. Like I would prefer Eartha Kitt over Lee Merriweather, but I don't think Lee Merriweather's character was right. Like it was, like Julie Newmar
just couldn't pull it off. If it was Julie Newmar in the movie, it would have been much better. But Julie Newmar again was busy and couldn't do the movie.
But I mean, like you can't tell that's Catwoman Batman. You know, like I am Miss Kitka. Oh, shut up.
Well, come on. I mean, they couldn't tell Robin was Dick. I mean, that's the whole thing. In the comics, if you put a mask on or even glasses, you're unrecognizable.
Superman, yeah.
You know, you're unrecognizable.
Even Commissioner Gordon can't recognize his own daughter.
That's the exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty
Oh.
sad. It's disbelition of Macbeth. You know that thing.
You know the thing.
The
Yeah.
thing. You know the thing. Don't you know
Yeah.
the thing?
We've got a president like that.
Wait. Suspension of disbelief.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about.
It took me a minute to get it out.
Yes. And we're not going to get political, so.
No.
No, we've already lost another half the viewers. Just start talking.
Oh, I know about it. Okay.
What's wrong with you people? They're like, and it's happened to Last in Space.
They're probably too young to remember Lost in Space.
Oh,
Yeah. What was that show? Yeah. They don't remember the 60s because they weren't there.
oh, they're like, no, I only remember the new one with Maureen Robinson being the head of the household and a robot that looks like a periscope.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't like it. No,
No.
sorry. I think it went for 3 seasons, did it? Actually? The new Lost in Space TV show?
I don't know. I never saw it.
Me neither. No.
I watched the first season and I just went, I don't get it.
No. Didn't see it.
No, I did not like the casting, did not like the characters. Dr. Smith is female. You know, come on, leave it alone. Jeez. Like, why do you have to change things to, like, making it relevant or something?
Mm-hmm. They're going to change all kinds of stuff. I read somewhere they're planning to do a all-female Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh. So, Bonnie's going to be a man now.
No, they're both going to be women.
Okay.
No. So, that's what I heard.
It worked really well with Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah, really.
Mhm.
If that ever comes on television, I'm just going to.
Yeah. I always see copies of the DVD at the Goodwill for $1. You know. Oh, should I buy this? No.
You passed it up, good boy.
I
Good
passed
boy.
it up. Yeah, not the black one. No, not the black. Not the one all female. I mean.
I found the Josie and the Pussycats movie again at Goodwill.
Action one. Okay.
No, I'm not going to even put $1
That's
down
not such a terrible movie. I've seen that movie. I've seen a lot worse. I'm not going to say it's a great movie or anything, but it's not terrible. It's better than you'd think.
Yeah.
It's not
All
terrible.
it is product placement.
Don't waste your money, Doc.
No. The only one worse than Josie and the Pussycats for product placement is Mac and Me. Anybody remember Mac and Me? It was an E.T. ripoff movie that was probably half sponsored by McDonald's, hence Mac. And one of the characters even wore their McDonald's uniform throughout the movie. And
Oh yeah, I think I've seen a few minutes.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
I turned it on. I turned it off. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I would, yeah. After the first 10 minutes, like, oh, I'm late for my shift at McDonald's, where we sell Big Macs and fries. And,
Yeah.